Hey everybody, welcome back to a new lesson here with Steve. Thanks for coming back. I hope you keep coming back, and I hope you're following on TikTok and on YouTube. I hope you have subscribed, youtube.com at Steve Topel 9783. So, a few weeks ago we got into a lesson. I showed you 3 pages, and I told you that major chords can be played all throughout the neck on 4 strings over 100 ways. And I mean, that's kind of incredible to think about. I don't know them all, but I have worked through some of the ones on this sheet. And for the people that want to improvise and you're on a major chord and you need substitutions, this would be the sheet that will, get you to where you want to go with, like I said, you could learn 10 of them, you could learn all 100. We'll get back to that in a moment. So I was working on an Alan Parsons song, and maybe you've heard it. I'll play a little bit of it now. Okay, so I'm working on this Alan Parsons song, and this chord comes up. Well, I'm thinking, that's an interesting sounding chord. And I know that if I put this pattern down on the 1st fret, listen to the difference. It's A major 7. But we're moving it up a half a step. And I'm not playing the E and the A. I'm starting at the D string. I'm just playing 4 strings. So that's got like that really cool exotic sound. And I'm just kind of thinking, how can I teach people about this particular chord? And what came to mind was, well, you know what? It's one of these. In fact, these 100 chords are all based on the F major chord and all these 100 variations of the F major chord. So I started looking at this chord, and yes, it has an F here. So I'm thinking, when I was 14, 15 figuring out songs, you would get the chord probably pretty close, by just trying to listen. This was from a record. It wasn't so easy back then, pinpointing it. Thought all the other instruments didn't have the apps and the computers like you do today to really slow things down or just make them so it's easier to pick out the guitar part from the keyboard or the bass. So you'd get it kind of close, and then somebody would ask you, well, what's the chord? And you would say, I don't have a clue, but it sounds right. But where we're going with my teaching is that you can figure all of this out, okay? And we talked about it, learning the major scale, okay? So if we have the major scale that we've showed you in prior lessons, the major scale is starting on this F, okay? And the only accidental is the B flat. You got F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, back to F. So let's look at this chord and see if we can figure it out. So we have an F, then we have an A on the G string. So what is the A? Oh, well, let's look at the scale. 1, 2, there's the A, okay? So the A is the 3rd. F is the root, G, 2nd, A is the 3rd. Okay, so we know we've got the root here, F. We have the A, okay, is the 3rd. Now the next note we have is the D, okay? Hear that? So let's see what that is. F1, G2, B flat 3, I'm sorry, A is 3, B flat 4, C is 5, D, 6. Okay, so we figured out what part of this chord, F major, is from the B string. That's the 6. But then we have another note. We have an E, okay? Well, we just learned that the D is the 6, okay? So if we go up to E, the last note in that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 progression before we get back to F, the E is the 7, okay? So we have root, we have third, we have 6, and we have 7. So just like you would find here, eventually, for these 4 strings, you would find what's called an F major 6, 7 chord with a major 6 and a major 7. I hope that helps explain a little bit how you can work out the names of chords when you need them. I can make this available for anybody that would be interested for a small fee, and that would go with coaching you through it because it is written on a regular musical staff. So I would have to teach you how to read the notes on a musical staff, okay? And then of course it's up to you to learn all of the notes like we've talked about from prior lessons from the chromatic scale, that you can learn every note on every string. I hope you liked the lesson. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye.